Hey everyone, welcome to our interactive read aloud called Can I Bring Woolly to the Library, Ms. Reader? And now you know what a woolly mammoth is. So what do you think? Do you think you could bring a woolly mammoth into the library? I say no. Why do you say no? Is it because he's too big? Is it because he's extinct? It doesn't even look like he could fit in this door. The author is Lewis Grambling, and it's illustrated by Judy Love. Here we go. Can I bring Woolly to the library, Miss Reader? Can I? Please? So who's talking right now? It's like this little boy right here. What do you think Ms. Reader is going to say? If I brought Woolly to the library, he could finally get a library card. He could practice writing with Mr. Penn. You know, the new library volunteer. Sometimes Woolly mixes up his letters or makes them backward, but with more practice he could print his name on your library card application, and you could read it. And look at Mr. Penn over here. Look at all the different sheets Woolly had to practice on. I like that the author named Mr. Penn because he teaches writing, and the word is pen. And Ms. Reader, the librarian, because she reads books. So very clever of that author. Can you think of another reason that this boy could persuade the librarian into letting Woolly in? What other things could you do at the library? Let's see if we could think of some more as we go. With his library card, Woolly charge into the kids section and pick out a mammoth-sized stack of books to read. Why do you think the author used mammoth, meaning big? He didn't say colossal or giant size, he said mammoth, because it's a woolly mammoth. And he'd be so happy, he'd let loose a long, loud bellow. Maybe that would be a good time for Woolly and me to go over the library rules. No bellowing in the library. Thank you, the library staff. Can I bring Woolly to the library, Miss Reader? Can I? Please? Do you think this little boy is doing a good job at persuading Miss Reader? I don't know. Look at all of these things happening. He's bellowing, he's screaming. If I brought Woolly to the library and that thumping noise he makes when he walks because he weighs a ton was too loud, I could buy Woolly a pair of extra large fuzzy slippers. That way he'd be as quiet as a butterfly landing on a buttercup. Oh, I like that simile. Quiet as a butterfly landing on a buttercup. And here he is, he's solving a problem. So he didn't just say, I'll tell him to be quiet. He's giving a solution to the loud thumping. Here's another sign we gotta read. No thumping in the library. Thank you. The library, what do you think that says? Staff. And maybe I could pick up slippers for those rowdy Bopsy twins too. Can I bring Woolly to the library, Miss Reader? Can I? Please? If I brought Woolly to the library and the returned books were piling up on your to-be-shelved cart, Woolly could shelve them for you. He knows his numbers and ABCs, and he can reach the tall shelves with no problem. Can you imagine if he got stuck between the shelves? We could get him unstuck, but what a mess! Are these good reasons? I don't know. Maybe we could leave the shelving to you, Ms. Reader. But Woolly could sit at your desk to check books in and out. Then things would be back to normal. Almost. Can I bring Woolly to the library, If I brought Woolly to the library and cuddly Teddy wasn't in the reading corner because several of his seams had split open, probably from all the hugs he gets, and he was in the toy shop being repaired, Woolly could take his place. Woolly is very cuddly. Then the little kids would still have plenty of places to sit, and someone who'd listen to them read aloud. Woolly loved listening to little kids read. Ms. Page in Literacy Services says being read to will help Woolly with his reading too. So, you might have done a clarify for Literacy Services. Literacy is all about reading, learning to read. Services, right, are things that people provide to you. So Ms. Page, which is another good name for working in the library, is in like reading services, helping you read. And let's look at some signs. Open your mind, open a book, flights of fancy. I can't read it anymore. Can I bring Woolly to the library, Ms. Reader? Can I? Please? Now, I don't know about you, but this looks like the best persuading reason yet. Because look at all those kids. They look happy. Before, he was getting into trouble, and the kids' faces looked like worried with their mouths open and their eyes big. But here they all look happy. Okay, this is a better reason. If I brought Woolly to the library on Halloween for your annual storybook character costume party, we'd be a hit. I'd go as the big bad wolf, and Wooly'd go as Little Red Woolly Hood. So what does that mean, Little Red Woolly Hood? What are they trying to say? Little Red Riding Hood. I think I would have had the characters flipped. I think I would have had the boy as Little Red Riding Hood and him as the big bad wolf. You might have done a clarify for annual. Annual means every year. Then you'd read us spooky stories. We'd all listen. Woolly too. Bug-eyed, terrified, and frozen with fear. It'd be the coolest story hour ever. Can I bring Woolly to the library, Ms. Reader? Can I? Please? If I brought Woolly to the library and Mayor Pinchpenny came in with overdue books, which he usually does, and he complained loudly that he wasn't going to pay any fines because he'd renew his books by phone last week, but he hadn't, Woolly'd flip Mayor Pinchpenny upside down and shake him. Gently, of course, until enough coins had fallen from his pockets to pay his fine. Then Woolly would flip Mayor Pinchpenny right side up and continue reading his book. Can I bring Woolly to the library, Ms. Reader? Can I? Please? Look here, Ms. Reader looks happier now. She likes this reason, it looks like. If I brought Woolly to the library and it was your turn to drive the bookmobile to Little Town, and you were worried about driving in the snow, Woolly could get you there safe and sound. Woolly grew up at the North Pole and doesn't worry about snow. But if you did slide into a snowbank, Woolly just hook his curvy tusks around the bookmobile's bumper and P-U-L-L pull. You'd be back on the highway quick as a blink. And there's our other simile, quick as a blink. Now, when I was little, we did have the bookmobile. I was telling John about this the other week. We had it was a bus that would come to your house into neighborhoods, almost like the ice cream truck. And you'd go inside and there'd be a little mini library inside of it. And if you had to spend the night in the bookmobile, you'd get used to Woolly snoring. Zzz. Uh-oh, Ms. Reader. My mom's worried that if Woolly came to stay with us, he would get homesick like I did at camp last summer. Being so far from his home at the North Pole, he would miss his parents a lot, and the snowy, frozen weather, too. So Woolly won't be coming to the library, but he has a friend who will be visiting family around here. Woolly's friend loves to curl up with a good book. So, let's look closely. Look at Woolly. He's got a tear. He's feeling sad. And up close, it looks like it's almost an email. Woolly, phone home, XXXOOO. Here's a picture of his family. Can I bring Saber to the library, Ms. Reader? Can I? Please? So what is Saber? A saber-toothed tiger. That could be a whole nother book, couldn't it? Of reasons why the tiger should be allowed into the library. So, although he persuaded the whole book Woolly to come to the library, he realized in the end it wasn't a good idea. So Ms. Reader didn't even have to tell him no. It kind of reminds me of the book My Penguin Osbert, if you've read that with me before. Thanks for reading, boys and girls.